Hey folks, Jonathan here. Still working on our shelves. Been really busy trying to get this done, and I'm probably going to go about maybe 2 more rows up, maybe 3. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But you can see the boards I was talking about I put on. And that leaves us about a little over an inch ledge. Keep bolts from falling out. So we'll get this one finished up, and then I'll probably do this side. Now, as for price, these boards were 16 foot long. They're deck boards. It was $9.97 a piece, something like that. So $10 a piece, and with tax and all, it was $160 for 15 boards. And like I said, I checked pricing. I could not get anything, you know, steel wise or buying them pre-built or anything like that any cheaper than this. So we went on with this, and they're looking good, coming along. I'm hoping to get some bolts in this one today, and you know, we're fighting rain. That's our bad part. It keeps raining on us. I keep having to, you know, I'm tarping these things, keeping them covered up with plastic and all. So far we're fine, but I really want to get them in this building. So we're working hard at it now. You know, I showed on there in the last video there, personal hardware store. Just to make it clear, this is a hardware store for me and my friends, and you know, this ain't something where I'm going to even, you know, consider trying to sell a bolt or nut or anything like that. So we've gotten a few more in here. Haven't done a lot. Have a lot of brass wood screws, and that's kind of weird because I thought that most of the brass was used around boat building, but I guess, you know, where this was from, there wasn't any boat building going on that I know of, so this was probably furniture. A lot of stove bolts, and I mean, we're not even close to having them all in here and loaded. So we're gonna have plenty of old screws for, you know, trying to keep stuff sort of period correct, and then we'll have plenty of stuff to you know, just work with, and you know, it's working out really well. We're moving right along with it, but you know, like I said, I need to get this built, and I'm not a carpenter, so I'm just cutting and throwing together. I'm not, you know, some of my cuts, you know, I don't know how anybody would cut with a skill saw and get it perfect, because I just can't. I try and I can't. So, and I don't have a chop saw, you know, for wood, so really not much I can do. Just cut the best I can, and I've still got some of these I got to straighten up, put screws in to hold them straight. And but price wise, you know, you can't beat this for the price. I'll have $160 in this whole wall of bins, and you can't even touch a metal cabinet for that. So we're gonna get back at it, and I'll show you more as I go. Alright, finally done with one side. I'd like to have went one more higher, but I can't get my screw gun in there. I could build it on the floor and put it up there, but I think we'll be alright. I can add one later if I want. We got 160 little cubbies here, I guess you could call it. They're not quite big enough for chickens, so I think we'll stick bolts in them. So we're going to get at it. We're going to start 1/4, 5/16, 3/8. We'll start at the top, and as we go down we'll get longer. So that's how we're going to do it. So some of these bolts, like this 5/8 bolt, that's I don't know, 16 inches long, 18 inches long. You know, that stuff's not going to be able to go in there anyway. So we'll find a way of storing all of it. I think we can get it all in here. I really do, or most of it anyway. But the problem is if I just set all these totes in here and I don't do it right now, it's not going to get done. You know, if I set the totes in here, I'll be going through the totes trying to find bolts and stuff. So if I'm going to do it, I need to just go ahead and get this built, get the others to do it on the other side also, and that way I can get the bolts in. Like I said, 160 cubbies here, plus we got the top for a shelf, so plenty of room for now. We'll start getting her filled up. Alright. Okay folks, I figured I'd show you what I got before it gets so dark you can't see anything. I'm working away getting them filled up. Got a lot of them done. You know, I'm sure there'll be a few sizes that I'm missing, but you know, it's not a big deal because we can pick them up and replace them, put them in. Now, a lot of these are like the, oh, you would say 1-inch short bolts. You know, there's a lot of them that's got them, and these there's just not enough to heap them up. There's plenty enough for me to use. But anyway, we're going to keep at it and try to get all the bolts done, and I'll show you more. Okay folks, I'm sorting. I'm fighting the rain. Cover it up, uncover it, cover it up, uncover it. It's been terrible here, but kind of weird. Stove bolts. Everybody probably knows what a stove bolt is, you know, round-headed bolt. And, you know, I guess they got their name from being used in stoves so much, and then everybody started calling the 6-cylinder Chevrolet stove bolt. But they're a 1/2 inch, 2-inch long stove bolts with the nuts. 3 boxes of them. Not sure what anybody would need them for. Take a good sized screwdriver to operate them, but thought it was kind of neat. I guess it would be decorative on something if you built something, but anyway, we're slowly getting at it here. I'll show you where we're at. Okay, still pretty dark. Looks like the 3/8, I mean the 5/16, the 3/8 course is most of what we're missing. Some 7/16 course, but I can fill them in. Like I said, I've got a lot of 3/8 course stuff, but most of them are you know, got quite a few in them. It's like 5/8 fine. We don't have a lot, but I don't think we're going to be using a lot of 5/8 fine. You know, we can group up when we're all done, and you know, if I've got some extra slots, I'll use them for something different. But coming right along. Plenty of 1/2 inch stuff. Plenty of 3/8 fine stuff, 5/16 fine. A lot of 1/4 inch stuff. A lot of long bolts, everything from, you know, 2 all the way up to 6 inches, some 7 inches. So we're moving there. We're still filling this up pretty good. I guess I need to get a light back here so everybody can see a little better, but we're getting all these. Even these nuts. But anyway, then we got this side. It's all carriage bolts, 3/8 by 5, 1/8 by 5 1/2. I'm sorry, 1/4 by 5 1/2. There's 5/16 by 5, 1/4 by 4 1/2, 5/16 by 1 1/2. Just all different lengths, and then we've got the longer ones, some longer ones, 8 inch, 7 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch 8, 3/8 8, 1/2 inch 7. And this is my oddball bolt section here that is probably going to go on the rack on the other side. We've got 1-inch bolts and a lot of long bolts. I got some bolts that are, you know, 14 to 18 inches long, and we'll put all them up and keep them. You know, a lot of times you won't use them for bolts, but you can use them for pins or just different stuff. But and then the next one down, I started getting some brass in here, brass fittings and stuff. We're just going to put all them in, you know, in containers, and if we need a piece, we'll go through it. Not a big deal. And all the overflow extra bolts is going to go down on bottom. And I may end up taking these doors off. I thought about it before, and then I seen somebody has mentioned it about taking them off. So they may go before it's over with. And wouldn't be hard whatsoever. It only connects it top and bottom. Go in here and cut that, and the door's off. I mean, there's really nothing to it. So we'll debate on that. They're nice cabinets, they're nice doors, but I don't know that I need them. But I think I'll at least wait until I get everything closed in, and we've got to close this hole in here. This is where the walk-through was, or the climb-through for the van body. So anyway, we got some overflow up top. We'll slowly get it off. I'll keep you up to date though. Alright folks, I'm slowly getting there. This has been a real battle, having time, fighting between the rainstorms, getting this rack built. It's not done yet. I already sorted a lot of the bolts, and the reason being it was raining out. I could sort the bolts inside out of the rain, but I couldn't go out and cut wood and, you know, get everything ready. So I'm using long boards, and I just don't have any room in here for them. You can see I've got a mess on the floor. Slowly getting everything separated. Got, you know, just about all these how I need them, how I want them. There's very few cubbies there that don't have bolts. There's some odd sizes that's not there, but it's not an issue to me. We can work around it or pick some up or whatever we need to do. But just about all these bins are full. Even the ones that don't look full, just, you know, small bolts. There's a bunch in them. And we're about all we can do on this. I know it's kind of dark in here, but we've got just minimum amount of boxes to go back in here, but as long as I know what's what. And in here, same way. We got long carriage bolts, and we've got a few bolts we still got to sort, the big bolts. We got all the plumbing fittings down here. We're probably going to go with some plumbing up here too. It looks like it's going to take about 2.5 racks of plumbing. So of the brass fittings and stuff, but all the long bolts are down there. Camera focus in there. But yeah, some of these bolts are, I don't know what these are, I guess 18 inches long, maybe 20 inches long. Yeah, somewhere between 18 and 20, that's ½ inch. So, a lot of long ones. A lot of really nice bolts. The nuts are going to be on this side. And washers. So, here's all the 1-inch bolts. Different lengths. All the way to, I think 14 inches is what these are. So, or maybe 12. It might be 12, I can't remember. But anyway, I'm going to get a label maker and label a lot of this so I'll know what's what. But we're going to go up probably just 2 more rows. That's going to be enough. And then if I decide to do some miscellaneous ones, I might go even higher than that. I've got enough boards. So anyway, it's working out. But that's where I stand. I'm really wanting to get back on this Willys. I really want to get back on the drag car. That's the 2 main next things. And just no time right now, but we'll get caught up here and get this done. This is sort of a little roadblock, but when it's done, and I'll have bolts, all I need, and I'll be able to come out here and get them. And anyway, and these 2 doors on this cabinet, at least the 2 indoors here, will probably come off, and just to give me more room going in here. And they're kind of aggravating. Yeah, I thought about that from the beginning, and I noticed somebody posted about it. Maybe 1 or 2 people posted about it, but they're probably going to go. But anyway, really busy. Every single extra minute of my time has been out here. And I'll come home from a tow and I'll run right out here and go to work. My wife sometimes don't even know I'm back. And just because I'm just trying to get this knocked out as quick as I can. I've just got a lot to do here. Thankfully she's sorting some of these totes here, these green totes. They've got all bolts and nuts and screws and stuff, so she's going through and taking the nuts and the washers and separating them and then putting all the regular bolts in one spot. I'm not too worried about the carriage bolts and the lag screws and stuff. She's throwing them all in there. We'll keep them, but they'll be all mixed up. We'll maybe sort some stuff out later, but the main thing is get all the bolts and get all the bolts where I want them. So this will make other projects go a little quicker. So, alright, I'll show you more as I go. Alright folks, we've worked on this thing for a couple of days. Well, Noah's helped for a couple of days. I worked on it all week, on and off, every chance I could get. Every free minute and waking hour, just about. But we fought the rain, and we have had to fight it a bunch. So, anyway, we've got our 160 bins on this side, and we've got just about everything filled up. Not all of them, but we've still got washers to sort and nuts to sort, and got a lot of the long bolts on there. And I think no, pull out one of them long bolts, longest one there. Let's measure. 18 inches. So we've got bolts up to 18 inches long. It's ½ inch coarse thread. All different lengths. Got a lot of ½ inch and a lot of 9/16 and 5/8 long bolts. So and we've still got a few cubbies that don't have anything in them, but we've still got more stuff to put in. We're not quite done. So, and here's the cabinets. I did take the doors off, which I like a lot better. I didn't mind the doors being on, when they were closed, but they were actually just taking up space being open. And there's only so much room in here. So we've still got a lot of boxes of bolts, long bolts, short bolts. We did get one light in here. Got to get the other light. I'm going to put one more of these 4-foot fluorescent. They're 4 bulb lights. And this side with all of our bolts. Now nothing's organized by size, but everything's organized by type. So You know, when it comes to these smaller bolts and screws, you know, it's not a big deal to look at that. Look, Noah.
These nuts. Got them. Just kidding.
You didn't get me, buddy. I got you.
Look at all you subscribers.
You got all the subscribers? Alright, and the copper brass fittings. We got some stainless pipe up here. This is looks like 2-inch. Pretty thick wall.
Good Triumph header.
For Triumph headers, is that what them for?
Yep.
Straight pipes for the Triumph. We just run a little zoomies. Anyway, so here it is. And we've got a little bit more to do in here. We've got some more sorting to do that is not as critical because, you know, we were able to get stuff out of the rain, and that was the major part. And then we're going to start on the outside, on the actual front of it. And I picked up a door for it, and I think it'll look really good when it's done. But there you go. 320 total. What are you gonna call them? Bends, I guess. And so that's the best way of doing it. Best way I can find to do it cheap. Next will be the, like I said, the outside, the front. I think everybody will be surprised what it's gonna look like. But that's it. Appreciate everybody watching. Till next time. Bye. Say bye, Noah.
Bye.